So let's talk about how insecurity makes them want you more because it is a real thing. I've noticed that anytime I don't want someone, I feel highly secure. So there's no sense of impatience. There is no sense of time slowing down. There is no compulsive thinking, right? There's just complete stability. But when we meet someone that we like, our insecurities start to reveal themselves. Unconscious insecurities that you have about yourself come to the surface, right? And that's why I actually treat relationships as a spiritual practice because it provokes unconscious thoughts and unconscious feelings you have about yourself to come to the surface. But the problem is that it comes like a tsunami, right? So we're going to talk about why that's important, how you guys can do that in your life, and why you have to be okay with allowing people to feel insecure because the only reason why anyone would do anything romantic is because they feel insecure. So let's start with the first point, okay? I noticed this. One day I was walking down the street and I saw a really pretty girl. And when I saw her, I became conscious of something that I've never noticed before. I noticed my self-esteem. And it felt like my self-esteem was like a thermometer, right? And I sensed that as soon as I saw that really pretty girl, my self-esteem momentarily went down and then up, right? So it went down when I saw her. And then once I stopped seeing her, it went back up. And I was like, that's interesting. Does that happen all the time? I've never been aware of that little dip of self-esteem, right? And the reason why that is because in order to desire something, your self-esteem and your sense of security has to be at a certain threshold in order for you to actually desire something. And it says upon encountering an individual to whom we're attracted to, it's common for our latent insecurities to emerge prominently. This phenomenon is underpinned by the social comparison theory, which suggests that individuals determine their social and personal worth based on how they stack up against each other. The sight of a potential romantic interest can trigger a comparison process, spotlighting perceived flaws, fostering a sense of inadequacy. Consequently, this diminished self-esteem influences our behavior and cognition, often leading to altered actions and thought patterns in an attempt to mask the insecurities or to seek validation. And so feeling this causes people to want to find a way to suppress this feeling. And people do it in many different ways. They either one, seek that person's validation, right? Two, seeking their validation is pretty much how most people do it. But another way is ignoring it, right? Disdain what you cannot have. But if a person does not see you and doesn't have that sense of insecurity, then what's really going on is that their feelings for you are not as intense as you might want it to be. It's just that simple. Because what would happen is that, so insecurity is what makes a person seek validation. If this person is not seeking your validation, you are making them feel too secure. They think you're always going to be there. Insecurity often stems from a sense of inadequacy or not feeling good enough in some aspect of our lives. When we're insecure, we might crave something more as a means of external validation. In other words, them seeing you and feeling that insecurity is what makes them desire you. Literally. For instance, someone insecure about their social status might yearn for luxury goods more intensely than someone who feels secure and validated in their social standing. Acquiring these goods can serve as a tangible proof of worth or success, temporarily alleviating feelings of insecurity. And this is why when people say negging a girl, why they say negging works, it's because you're creating a sense of insecurity superficially, but you're still creating it. Not responding makes the person feel insecure. They don't know where they stand, right? So if you're noticing that the person you're with doesn't really seek your validation, doesn't react to your absence, doesn't react to you pulling away, It just means you validated too much and you have to pull away so that there's a need for you. Why? Because if they don't, there's really no void for you to fill. People only want you when you could feel something inside of them. Because insecurity creates an emotional or psychological void within individuals, leading to an enhanced desire for certain things or experiences that they believe might fill this void. This could range from material possessions to relationships. The underlying belief is that obtaining that what they desire will compensate for their perceived deficit. And so that's why then when you pull away, they should chase, because it means they're losing that thing that filled their void. And that's why romantic relationships can be so emotional, because you're fulfilling a deep and emotional void within them. And the reason why this is so powerful is because the sense of insecurity increases the sensitivity to rejection. And that's where they begin to value your opinion, because you rejecting them completely ruins their day. People who are insecure are often more sensitive to rejection or the perception of being undervalued. This sensitivity can increase their desire for things they believe will make them less susceptible to rejection. For example, someone insecure about their appearance might place a higher value on beauty products or fashion as a way to gain social acceptance. Right? Or they might start doing plastic surgery or taking steroids and stuff like that. But that's what happens. And this fear of rejection, this fear of losing you because you've filled such a strong void, causes them to pay closer attention to you. And the reason why that is because insecurity triggers closer attention. Insecurity is in one partner can lead to them paying closer attention to the other, often as a means of seeking reassurance. Driven by fears of inadequacy or loss, the insecure partner may increase romantic gestures to strengthen the bond and ensure their partner's affection. Attachment theory says that individuals with anxious attachment styles exhibit these behavior as a response to insecurity, seeking reassurance through constant attention and affection. And this is a state of mind that everyone gets in when they fall in love, some more intensely than other. But the point is that everyone feels a certain level of insecurity. That's why even the most securely attached person feels that sense of insecurity. Okay? It's just that simple. It's like saying a healthy person doesn't get hungry. It's like, no, like hunger is what drives you to want to eat something, right? Insecurity is what drives you to get a person's validation. And this is the thing. You might say, but the person that I'm with is confident. They don't feel insecure. You're not getting what I'm saying. I'm saying is that this is a temporary state of insecurity when they first meet you. The more they know you, the more secure they get around you. And so that intense fire that was there before goes away. But what enters is the beauty of routine, the sense of knowing you, the comfort of knowing you. You might want to go on vacation to Italy, but your home is the most comfortable place you could be. That is the difference. You're not Italy no more. You're home. Right? You're that comforting thing. And that's a completely different type of dynamic, if that makes sense. So if you're dating someone and they don't exhibit insecure behavior, I mean, this is what I mean, and this is what I don't mean. Insecure behavior does not mean controlling, does not mean possessive, does not mean them not being able to take criticism, does not mean them not being able to accept that they have flaws, not being able to say sorry. That's not the insecurity that I'm talking about. The insecurity that I'm talking about is their desire for your validation, their desire to be romantic, them putting effort, them paying attention and remembering the little things about you. Because when somebody's insecure, their memory tightens. They're easier. They remember more things about you. They pay deeper attention to you. They listen to you more simply because they value your validation. So their attention just gets more intense. So they think about you more, they fantasize about you more, they remember your birthdays. Their brain literally gives them ideas to get your validation. Their brain literally gives them ideas to make you happy. But when they don't feel insecure, they don't have that creative romantic streak. They don't react to your absence with more intensity. They don't react to your presence with intensity. They react to you with relaxation. But understand that the security of a long-term relationship is what we're going after. But before you get there, there is a labyrinth of insecurity that is the reason why they end up falling in love with you. They get imprinted by you. But after the falling in love, the presence of the routine is what intensifies the love that they have for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's only a certain level of depth of love that you could feel with insecurity. Once they fall in love, the insecurity hardens into a state of securedness. And a lot of people don't know how to deal with that because it requires a lot of communication. It requires a lot of maturity. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot easier to deal with the first stages, but this is the stage where everyone eventually is heading towards. But in the beginning, it's insecurity, man. And then as the relationship progresses, there are going to be moments of insecurities. And this is why I tell you, have your own space. Sometimes have your own vacation time when they don't go. Do things by yourself. Have periods of prolonged separation, like a week, or you get what I'm saying? So that they can sense your loss, so that they can sense what you offer to them. Because the problem is that people forget how valuable you are over time. And only your absence creates the insecurity for them to notice all of the great things that you offer, right? And so this is something that you have to control, right? Like once everything gets secure, from time to time you have to give them moments of insecurity. Just like in the moments of insecurities when they're getting to know you, the moments of validations are the moments of security that you're giving them. But once you reach the secure state of the relationship, then you gotta give in moments of insecurities from time to time. And those moments doesn't just mean you pulling away. It could mean that you guys have a fight because you guys are having an argument. And then you guys reconciliate. And the reconciliation after a fight creates that sense like, oh my God, I thought I lost you, but now we're back together. I'm glad we were able to talk it out. And one other thing is that when you meet someone, naturally you're gonna compare yourself. And when you like them, you're never going to give yourself a good chance. In other words, they're always going to be better than you when you like them. And the reason why is because when you meet people and you like them and you feel a sense of connection, a lot of the times we think we're never going to find someone like that again, right? And so because of scarcity, it increases their value. And a lot of the times we don't think highly of ourselves. We usually value other people's opinions more than ours. And even though we sort of tell ourselves we are great, we don't believe it as much as somebody else telling us. So the insecurity of them thinking that you are unique, that they'll never find somebody more special than you, will cause them to feel more insecure, will cause them to do more to get your validation. But if they're feeling cocky, if they think that, you know, they're God's gift to earth and that you should be lucky to be with them, then what that really reflects is that in their minds, they don't like you as much. They don't see you as something unique, something that comes once in a lifetime, you know? And that's usually reflected in the sense of insecurity. I don't care who you are. If somebody, it could be freaking, I don't care who it is. Like, I was going to say Trump, but it could be anyone. If they think you are special and they really have chemistry with you, their self-esteem will lower. They'll see you as way better than you actually are, because what insecurity does, it makes what you don't have look better than it actually is. And it makes whatever you have feel lesser than. Meaning, if you have a boyfriend or girlfriend and you find somebody that you like, by contrast and the newness factor, you're going to see who you're currently with as less attractive. That's just how that works. And you're going to feel, your self-esteem is going to feel a lot lower. So this is just one of those things that is very natural. And without insecurity, we wouldn't need to feel the need to connect with other human beings. And one of the things that people will tell you is that before they fell in love, they were actually happy. Until they met someone, and all of a sudden it's hard to live their days without the person, right? So it's kind of funny, right? When you like someone, all of a sudden you depend on them. You depend on their presence. And one of the things about people is that people create new identities with new partners, right? So if somebody doesn't like themselves, or if your presence makes a person feel insecure because they like you, a lot of the times people will gravitate towards forming a relationship with you because they just don't feel whole on the inside. Now, this is dangerous because some people become codependent. Nothing wrong with codependency. It depends if it's a symbiotic codependency, right? And if it's not toxic. But generally speaking, people are usually trying to find a new identity in a relationship. For example, when a woman describes herself, she was like, I'm single and live alone. A lot of women who are older don't like that description, single and live by myself. Like, they don't like that. They're ashamed of it. And they shouldn't be ashamed, but that's how they feel. And their identity, they don't like who they are. But once they find a boyfriend, once they find a relationship, all of a sudden in their minds, they change. It's to the point even their profile pictures change with them and the guy. Like, it might be Maria and Pablo all of a sudden. And the reason why is because we usually find comfort in getting with someone as a way to create a new identity. Like people who feel alive when they're in the group versus when they're by themselves, right? We create a new person by being with somebody else. And some people become addicted to that new person. And once that person leaves them, all of a sudden they feel like they need to find a new identity. And this is something that happens where some people are chronically have no identity, and so they rely on relationships and it becomes really toxic. And then some people, like if you're a healthy person, you feel normal until you find someone that you like, you feel then insecure, and then you build a new identity with this person and your self-esteem rises. But once this person leaves, a healthy person is able to go back to normal without losing their sense of identity. So I'm just trying to explain to you that insecurity is very normal. And if the person is not insecure around you, most likely they don't value you as much as they should. I'm not saying that they should be freaking stumbling because they feel so insecure. No, I'm just saying suffer a little bit, motherfucker. Like feel some pain in my absence. Okay. And so that's the thing, right? I'm just trying to change your mindset about these types of things. Insecurity is not a bad thing. It's very important. Somebody who doesn't feel insecure around you, think they're just cocky. You know, if they like you, they will feel insecure. They will feel the fear of losing you. Okay? Anyways, if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, go to mindfulattraction.org and I'll see you guys.
All right, guys. So I want you guys to check out my online course called Dark Game. That's right, people. Dark Game. And this course is pretty much, I review to you the secret tactics, the secret techniques to create attraction in almost any woman, right? But not just attraction to the point that makes her want to see you all the time, where she's the one initiating all the contact, right? Now just imagine to be able to keep all of the girls in your life that you lost because of your stupidity. Imagine, and I had stupidity too. Imagine being able to keep them. Imagine being able to have 5, 6 women available to you, wanting to see you. Imagine being able to create intense relationships where they're all doing all the work. People, that kind of stuff does exist, people. Now, I'm not going to promise you that you're going to bang like 40, 50 women. I'm going to promise you that you're going to be able to keep the women you have, that you get with. I can promise you that keeping them will increase with this course. But let me keep showing you something. This course is pretty huge, people. It's a huge course. This course has over 50 videos. 50 videos, right? And some of them you could get for free. If you just sign up, you get free videos, right? But in these videos, let me show you guys the course, right? All right, guys. That's me right there, right? In this video, I pretty much teach you guys how to find your purpose. Right? All this is how to find your purpose, discovering your purpose, right? I teach you guys then about female psychology, all of the principles about female psychology you guys need to understand. I then teach you guys the mindset, the proper mindset that you guys need to deal with women. After that, I teach you guys 21 videos on how to game. I mean, it's pretty much unbelievable, man. I gotta make this available, right? But it's unbelievable how many, I pretty much put everything, outer game, social circuit game, strategies, threesomes, foursomes, everything, right? And on top of that, I give you guys a few bonuses: how to overcome approach anxiety, why you can't take actions, a Dickens pattern to change your mentality, how to go from open to transitions, right? 81 minute long. People, this is like, I don't know how long this is, but this is hours, and I mean hours worth of content. And you get a 30-day money back guarantee. I mean, you without questions asked. All for $99, people. This is originally, this could be around a few thousands, to be honest with you, right? But you guys get it for $99, right? All you gotta do is just go over here, purchase the course, and you'll get access to it. And if you don't like it, you could just message me and get your money back, people. Look, man, don't be hard-headed, people. Don't be hard-headed. This is the course that you guys need, right? It gives you guys everything. I cover everything. I could promise you, man, you're not gonna get a more in-depth course on how to attract women and keep them more than this. All right. Anyways, people, check it out. 30-day money back guarantee. There is no risk, and you can get the free course. You can get the free trial. The free trial are these videos that you get for free, right? You guys could just sign up. You could watch all of these videos for free, right? And you don't have to pay. All right. Anyways, I'll see you guys inside. I want to see you guys inside because, again, people, you can't lose nothing. There's a 30-day money back